Would you like to tell us, please, Lotte, how the session goes? So if someone would be decided they booked a session and they want to join in, what they can expect? How does the session start? What do you do and everything?
I'd love to tell you and take you through it.
Thank you.
So when running a laughter session, of course, we tell a little bit what it's about, what we're going to do and so on. But when we're at the point where we're going to do the laughter exercises, there are some really key elements to it, because we don't want people just standing about thinking what's going to happen next.
Yeah.
So we use some signals during the session that's like with clapping. We clap our hands, we clap with our palms together, because we have all these energy points that we stimulate when we're clapping with our palms together, not just a normal opera clapping.
Proper clap, yes.
Proper clapping like children do. Clap,
yes.
clap, yeah. So we're stimulating these points, and it sends the energy around our body, so it's very good for us. And we go ho, ho, ha, ha, ha. So it's like a ho, ho, ha, 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 starting off the laughter. And the great thing about ho ho ha 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 is that it's a connection to our diaphragm as well, so it supports the deep breathing, which is so good for us. And the ha ha ha, great thing, because it lifts the corners of our mouth. Whether you like it or not, when you say ha 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 ha,
it has to go up.
And that connects in with that release of the pleasure chemicals and so on. So ho ho ha ha. And when we do that, we move around and we just start going ho ho ha ha ha. And we know that's the end of a laughter exercise. And then we take a deep breath in, where you stretch up and breathe in. If you can't, and again, when you breathe out, you do it with that your corners of your lips go up. So it's not just sigh like
sure.
But and then we move to the next exercise.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah, I know. But we also, because this is about connecting in with our playful self, we use another signal between some of the exercises, which is about connecting with that playful self, and it goes very good, very good. Yay!
I love I still remember that.
You met me at the door.
Absolutely.
So it's just to know what the structure is. So then, of course, we move into the laughter exercise, and then when you explain what to do in this sense, people know how it's going to go, and they just follow along and join in whenever you move to the next and so on. So there's a really nice flow where at the end of a session, when we lay down for the laughter meditation and relaxation, it just makes sense. And
perfect
when you lay down and think, what just happened, because it's just so smooth.
So when you then go at the end to the meditation, you just sort of ground yourself towards the end, I assume, because I think you can get quite hypered up, don't you? And then you probably sort of need to bring it down, right? So I assume that's the reason behind the meditation towards the end.
It is, and there's more to it actually, because of course when you've been moving around doing all these laughter exercises, then the finishing laughter exercise we do is laying down on the floor, if possible. If people can't do that, we sit, but it is the free-flowing laughter where you lay down on the floor, if possible, heads together, so you can really hear the laughter circling around. And people close their eyes and they tap into their natural laughter. This is no pretend.
Yes.
Because in the laughter exercise we do, there may be an element of pretend to start with, but it quickly turns into real. But this is no pretend. If you don't feel like laughing in that, that's fine. You can just listen to everybody else. If you feel like crying, this may be the moment as well. And then, of course, often people start out laughing. And that's where you can feel really hyper or lightheaded or even a little bit emotional when you come out of it. So we need to ground people, and that's what the relaxation at the end of this, because you may be doing this for 5-10 minutes on the floor, and then you go into a relaxation, a grounding relaxation. And when you do this, you not only ground yourself, you also, the whole experience of the laughter deepens in you. So when you leave, it's like a very profound experience. This is also why at the end of a laughter session, so important to have 10-15 minutes where you can speak with others about it. Because if you just leave straight after and go home to someone who wasn't there, there's no necessarily understanding of you did what.
Yeah, you need a kind of
and
integration in a way, isn't it? Yes.
Yeah, and it's one of the core benefits as well, the connection we create.
Yes.
And in a laughter club, for example, where it's maybe weekly, maybe monthly or bi-weekly or so, you get to chat with the people who were there and say, oh, which exercise did you like the most? Or are you coming back next time? And da-da-da. So people encourage each other.
Yes, it's a nice support, isn't it?
It really is, yeah.
So when you come to a session, a laughter session, how long does the whole experience sort of take?
Well, a laughter club is typically 45 minutes to an hour?
Yeah.
So sometimes a little bit longer, and especially if you have that moment afterwards, which I really recommend, because it is where you
absolutely yeah.
But when you talk about corporate sessions, they could be from anything from 10 minutes to an hour and a half, maybe 3 hours or so, depending on what the business wants, or the workplace wants. Yeah. But they are typically 30 to 45 minutes. And that's a little bit of a drop since before the pandemic.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because it's like a lot of companies want to include it in, could be the lunch break or just
as an add-on.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that means you only have a short time.
I see. Going back a little bit just to the pandemic, so that must have changed a lot of your practice. I wonder how it's changed, because it's all went online, I presume.
Yeah, it took a little while before individuals and businesses kind of realized you could do this online, because historically we'd always done it in person, and that is what it really caters for when we're laughing together.
Yes.
So, but we started doing it, and people started to understand, okay, we can do it and get really good results. So I did a lot of workplace workshops and a lot of training online and so on over those years. And still now you have a combination of whether it's full online or full in person, or a combination where you go into an office and you have the group there, and then they're connecting in their offices around the country maybe, or around the world even. And that's what's amazing with it, that you're not limited to just being in person.
Yes, yes.
Having said that, I do think, when you really want to experience laughter, the best way is to do it in person.
Yes, of course. So you do also one-on-one sessions?
Yes, I do. Yeah,
yes.
I do. Yeah, I do laughter coaching as well.
You do?
Where it's an 8-week program, where you're with the person for 8 weeks, basically supporting them during the weeks, but they have homework every day where they have to do laughter exercises in the morning every day for 8 weeks.
Wow.
And you take them on this journey.
Amazing. So people can really find the ideal sort of pace with whichever option you have. You have one-on-ones, you have the 6 weeks. Is that 6 weeks or 8 weeks?
8 weeks, yeah.
8 weeks course. And then you do corporate as well.
Yeah.
So it's
and the training, of course, the 2-day or 5-day training.
So there is another, is that more a higher training, the sort of 2 days? Is that for the leaders?
2 days is laughter yoga leader training. It's where you learn to facilitate workshops or start a laughter club and so on. And the 5-day training is the next level. And this is what I trained for as master trainer, to deliver teacher training, where you recap on the 2 days, which is the foundation for doing the 5-day. And then in the 5 days, you learn how to, we go more in depth with the business side of things, but also you learn to facilitate the yoga nidra, the grounding relaxation. That's the optimal solution. Go into more of, on gibberish, and you learn how to teach the 2-day laughter yoga leader training.
Amazing. So there are plenty of options for people to explore wherever they want to start on their laughter journey. We maybe should mention the contraindications for people who we want to make sure it's safe.
Yeah, just to finish on that note of the many opportunities for people to choose laughter. The first choice is yourself.
Yeah.
The first choice is yourself. And it's very easy. Wake up in the morning. Often people go to the bathroom, look in the mirror and just go, ha 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 ha. Even if it's not real, it does send a signal to the brain.
Yeah.
And for this, Doesn't matter if there are any contraindications, but contraindications are important to mention, because laughter yoga is the practice where we're moving, we're interacting and so on. It is classed as an exercise form. So of course there are some things to be aware of in terms of your health and well-being. And anything that's medicated, you're typically okay to take part. But there are a few things where when you're at the first trimester of pregnancy, you would think twice. And it's especially if you've found it or had difficulty conceiving or experienced miscarriages or so, you don't want to kick off anything that's not, you want to keep it. And the last trimester as well, you don't want to start anything.
Start early. Early labour.
And after giving birth, there's about 6 weeks where you can risk a prolapse, which is apparently very painful. You're
really working out your muscles and this whole abdominal area, don't you? So any surgery probably would not be a good sort of
surgery, especially in the abdomen or the heart or the head. Don't want to spill out anything at all.
Spill out, I love that.
But you also have things like certain mental health conditions. Again, if a person is medicated for the condition they have, whether it's mental health conditions or it's heart or high blood pressure or those kind of conditions, they're safe to take part. It's just that they may not have the full experience if they're on medication for anxiety or depression, because certain emotional centers in the brain have been numbed out. So again, they still have an experience, but the full catharsis where you really release may not happen.
Right.
You also have things like coughs and colds and so on. Don't want to spread the bugs. We've been there. We've been there. And what else do you have? Hernia, those kind of things where it's protruding and due for an operation. What, incontinence?
Well, you can come with something with you know.
There are some. The list is probably not exclusive.
Sure.
If you think about any healing practices or any exercise practices, similar. You have things you need to be aware of. And often what we say is that just look after yourself. You know your body best. So unless someone comes in with a runny nose or smell of alcohol or so, we'll send them out.
Of course, you've got to be. It's sort of a common sense, isn't it?
It is, and that's a very good point. It is common sense. And someone with who knows they're going to have an asthma attack when they're laughing, it's not going to come if they can't control it with the inhaler.
Of course.
So again, it is common sense.
So people can find you obviously online. You've got your own email address, or where else they can find you?
Well, the easiest to say, so there's no misspelling, is probably laughteryoga.co.uk.
Okay.
Laughteryoga.co.uk, and you got info@laughteryoga.co.uk. The reason I say this is because it's easy to spell, isn't it? I've got a Danish name, what can I say?
Don't worry, guys, I'll put all the links in the description, so they can certainly find you there, so they can contact you personally, or if they're in a different part of the country, they can join on Zoom perhaps, or in person. Maybe there is some yoga, laughter yoga leader in your area, so they can probably find that through the website.
The Laughter Club runs online once a month, and the next one is 1st of June, Sunday 1st of June,
fantastic.
1 to 1:30, and I run training in Stanmore, North London in June as well, and I also run training in 2-day training in Preston in October, London in October, Hempstead in September, where else? Durham in February next year. So I run training around the country, just in case people are interested. Happy to go there as well, to where they are.
Where they are, absolutely, Well, thank you so much. This was just fantastic. But one thing that I'm looking forward to the most.
I want to say thank you so much for having me. Anyway,
no, it's such a pleasure. You've got so much knowledge and so much joy and so much laughter. And this, I think I really genuinely mean it. It sounds very sort of corny, but laughter can really change lives.
Oh, are you kidding me? I don't think that's corny at all. I really feel it's what you do, and I feel we need to grab that laughter more than we do, because back to the thing about, we think we laugh a lot, but we don't.
We don't.
It's really brief, and even if you do brief laughs here and there, even if you do these tiny little bursts of laughter, it's still conditioned by waiting for someone to make you laugh or waiting for someone to laugh with, and we're not always able to do that. We have to really make the choice and decision.
Yeah.